What up? This is Weeknights. We're 5 nights a week. Yeah, I know what we come to do. I am JD, aka He Who Pods, aka Rearview Mirror today.
I'm Dash, aka Dashing D, aka I'm just
AKA Nap Time.
I was gonna say aka I'm just ready for this week to be over.
It's over. That's it.
Not yet.
It's
Basically.
Friday. No?
It is Friday.
Then that's it then.
Okay.
I just want to pull up this article that we need. Even though I don't think we need much of it, but better to have it ready. All right. Let's get up out of here. Let's get this done so Dash could go start her weekend. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yesterday, on Independence Day,
Independence Day. July
Kendrick
4th.
Lamar, that's right, July 4th, Kendrick Lamar dropped the video for Not Like Us.
Yes, he did. All 5 minutes and 54 seconds of it.
I'm mad you even know it's that long. Like, how you know that?
I don't know, because I remember looking at it and thinking, do I have time to watch this right now?
Ah.
You know?
But you did have time.
I mean, as much time as I was gonna have, you know. It's I was out and about, but I had a few minutes, so I said, let me check it out, you know?
Okay.
Yeah. So I had actually ended up watching it in parts because it was probably not the right time for me to try to watch it. But I did see it. Did you?
I saw it and I did not see it in pieces. I made sure I had the full focus. I was locked in. Are we locked in? Exactly. So
Oh,
I
he
saw it.
ho.
Yeah. 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 I
So,
seen it.
well, what did you think?
Well, first I was shocked that he didn't use any of the footage. Actually, I have notes. Hold on.
Oh. And also, before you even really like get into what you thought of the video, can we just, I mean, I know you already said it, but kind of funny, kind of ironic, kind of intentional, I would think, that he drops his video about the person he calls a colonizer
On
on
Independence Day.
Independence Day.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes, indeed.
that I'm pretty sure he knew. He knew exactly what he was doing when he did that.
Of course he did. That was, come on now.
Right.
That was planned.
Right. So.
All right. So first, the video is dope.
Okay.
I like the video a lot.
Me too.
My second thought was that's a new song in the beginning,
I want to hear
and
that new song.
I'm guessing that's the next Kendrick single.
I want to hear that song.
Yeah.
Because what I heard so far, I need more.
Yeah. I said, oh, okay, Kendrick, I see that, and I like that.
No, it's good. Like whatever that is. I was like, oh, is it gonna come back in the end? Because I need to hear a little bit more of
It didn't.
can someone leak this, please, Kendrick?
Right.
Can you just
Link in bio. No.
please just where can we find this? Is it hidden somewhere on the internet and we just don't know?
Right. So that was the next thought. After that, I got I'm glad Kendrick came alive after a certain point because in the beginning he was very mellow, you know, very like almost stoic. It was kind of just way too relaxed for me, but he got excited as the video went on. And I appreciate that because I was like, how is he gonna stay all like calm and stoic this whole video? But he didn't. He came alive.
He seems very much like an I'm trying to make sure I say this the right way, an extroverted introvert.
Okay.
I think
Please elaborate.
I think that's how you say it, which kind of reminds me of me. Like, I'm super to myself and can be very shy and like aloneness. Like, I like being by myself, doing things by myself, with myself, whatever. But also, there's like this personality that comes out socially, or, being out in the world or whatever it is. I do podcasts and things like that. Or, um, so for him, and there was a video that went viral where there's a scene where he's wearing a green jacket and they're outside in the video. And but there's a video that before yesterday came out where, I guess, between takes everybody was chatting and hanging out, and he was like behind the car. Everybody was in front of the car, he was behind the car, and he was just kind of, he had clearly checked out of all of the togetherness, all of the hoopla, all of the excitement. He was just like in a zone, on his own. He looked content to just be standing there by himself, whether it was deep in thought or whatever it is. So he does strike me as somebody who maybe sometimes probably has to get revved up, which would make sense to what you're saying. It seemed like he kind of was, and I don't know how they shot this. They probably shot this in a lot of different types of frames, but and different time frames. Um, but I feel like, yeah, he seems like he has to like charge his battery a little bit, and that's kind of how the video was, where he's like started off like there was like a build up to the excitement and all the people and whatever, if that makes sense.
Got you. I think people can turn it on and off, but I don't know Kendrick personally, so can't really say much. Um, I love the crowd and having the audio play on the parts with the crowd. But they made sure when you heard the crowd, it was for a reason, you know.
Right.
And I love the crowd shot. That huge crowd. There's multiple crowds in the video, but
Yeah.
the huge crowd. It was said to be thousands of people. I don't know if that's true or not, but yeah. And I really enjoyed that they not only had the song playing, but they had that crowd audio in there for a little extra flavor. Um, I'm shocked he didn't use any of the concert footage. I said here, and I truly believe that we were gonna get a lot of that concert footage in the video. There's so much of it, and he didn't use not a drop of it, not a second of it. And I thought that was interesting. That caught me off guard.
Maybe that'll be a part of some sort of, I don't know, documentary or something like that. That's all the rage these days with music artists, especially doing their own sort of documentation of their process or their performances. So maybe that footage will find its way somewhere else.
Awesome. I love the pinata, the owl pinata, and of course the owl in the cage at the end.
Me too. But I also, like, owls are my favorite animal. So anytime
So
I
it
see
was
one,
a little triggering for you.
no, anytime I see one, I kind of smile a little bit.
Did you
I'm just
smile when
like,
you saw
oh,
the
cute.
pinata getting busted up?
Yeah, because it was a pinata. I'm not,
Okay.
and I understand what it symbolizes. I can put things in boxes. I don't need to. I wasn't triggered by that. I know what the owl symbolizes in terms of Drake. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I absolutely love that we got footage of him, the kids, and wifey not only together but having a good ass time.
Yes. That was probably my, I think, top three moments. That's one of them. The second would be the owls. Um, because I'm a nerd.
Okay, and
And
what's
then
number one?
um Oh, number one. I mean, this might be unpopular opinion, but number one was the teasing of the music at the beginning. I can't let that go. I just every time I turn on the video, I'm like, I like this. What is this? I don't get that excited about music off the first listen or just off of a few seconds of a song. So that's why I'm like, I like this and I want to know what this is because I want to hear more of this. So yeah, I also thought the shipping containers were cool. Maybe I'm getting ahead of myself, but I thought the shipping containers were cool because I feel like whenever I see shipping containers outside of the people who camp out in them in Brooklyn, but I thought everyone, whenever I see something about shipping containers, there's always like something really bad. They're always like transporting drugs or like on a TV show, or they're like transporting people. It's like human trafficking. I thought it was a really cool use of those containers that was like very non-threatening. So I was like, oh, this is actually kind of fun. Like the people dancing in the containers, and the imagery for me was what was cool. It was like super sharp. It was
Yeah,
bright. I just feel like whoever. Oh, it says that it was directed by him and Dave Free.
that's my next and last point. Yep.
But my thought process, what I was about to say, is that whoever directed this, and we know who directed it, whoever directed this pays attention to lines and shapes and things like that, and I
Yeah.
appreciate that. So you could see that, especially in that part of the video, that somebody was like, we need it to be like aligned like this, and like I'm very obsessed with like symmetry, and as my co-host, you know that because we
Yes.
create images and things like that around the podcast. But yeah, so
Yeah, that
carry on.
that was my next and last piece, which is so Drake was lying because he kept saying my nigga Dave Free, and Dave Free is working with Kendrick on a
Kendrick.
lot of stuff. So that was what? That was Jedi mind tricks. That was lies. What was that?
I don't
It's
know
it's
what that was.
rhetorical. No one needs to answer.
Okay.
People in the comments, I'm sure, will have thoughts, and it's rhetorical. I'm not asking y'all. But I think that's interesting because he kept mentioning Dave Free, and clearly there's no beef with Dave Free. They are directing this project together because that wasn't no simple video to shoot.
No.
And Dave Free is also the person doing the South Park produced show with Kendrick. Um,
I also figured that was the point in having him do the video too. Like, just hey,
right,
by the way,
right,
uh, don't know what you're talking about, but we're good over here.
exactly. Yeah. So that was my last thought. That was my last note, and the last thought is, I thought it was awesome that he had all the people from the video, or not all, but I thought it was cool that we saw specific people and groups from the concert in the video as well.
Yeah,
I
which
thought
I
that was good.
imagine. Oh, sorry.
I'm done. I just said I thought that was good.
Yeah, I imagine that once the concert happened, they were able to, coordinate that probably more seamlessly than maybe prior to the concert. So
Link and build.
link and build. Okay.
Yeah.
Excuse me. A lot of linking and building going on in
Yep.
those LA streets.
Absolutely.
Um,
So also that ties to this last piece. This is just a quick thing, and then we can move on. But Forbes says Kendrick Lamar's "Not Like Us" sales soar by more than 100%, and that was written yesterday,
wow.
July 4th.
Wow. Interesting. And I think I don't know where it's at right now, but last I checked, 17 million views in under 24 hours.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Video. Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, me and my
So
Uber driver yesterday were chatting about it. That's,
that's fun.
bringing people together.
It absolutely is bringing together in so many ways. So many SKUs.
So many SKUs.
All right. Speaking of Not Like Us, Not Like Us also caused a bit of a conflict in Vancouver recently. So, for context, Rick Ross was performing in Vancouver, and he decided that when he left the stage, he wanted to leave to Not Like Us. And so they played Not Like Us. And it led to fisticuffs. It led to a little bit of boom bop bop bam bada bop bamboo. You
I
know?
mean, was it fists to cuffs? It doesn't sound like it was fists to cuffs. It just sounds like it was fists to face.
There was some fighting happening. It broke out into a group fight. Rick Ross got his stuff and got up out of there. It seemed like no one was harmed too badly, but there was a fight, and so it begs the question: Should Rick Ross have done? Should Rick Ross have played Not Like Us in Vancouver?
I'm of two minds.
Talk about it.
So on one hand, I'm like, nothing is ever that serious. Um,
Mm.
it's not. Rick Ross is not in the game, nor is Drake. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I just okay. I don't.
I'm listening.
Honestly, I don't have nothing to say. You know why? Because all my hip hop takes lately have been people have been angry at me. So what do you think?
So fuck
because
them. Speak your mind. This is your podcast.
because
This is your platform.
yeah, but apparently I don't know anything about hip hop. So
What are your thoughts? Come on. Rick Ross is not in a gang.
I just I think sometimes on one hand, like I said, on one hand I feel like nothing is ever that serious. A song walking out to a song is not reason for people to come jump you. Like, and Rick Ross's beef is with Drake, not with these random people in Vancouver. It's not like, what is that? Um, I never understand fandom to the point of violence or aggression or anything like that. I just think it's stupid. Um, Drake is not from Vancouver. He is from Canada. He is not from Vancouver. Um, unless we're saying that this is a Drake, the source of this is Drake, then we can have a different conversation. If we're just saying that some fans at a concert got upset at Rick Ross for playing a song, we already knew that he was pro Not Like Us. We already knew that he had beef with Drake. I don't get the violence of it all because to me it is what it is. And then on the other hand, there is such thing as provocation. And to go to someone else's home, not his literal home, but to go to someone else's home and agitate people,
Right?
you don't know what you're going to get.
Right.
That is not a justification of those people's actions, but it is a maybe that's something to keep in mind when you have your DJ playing the diss track of the guy who's from this country that you're not from. I don't like that's my only thing. I think the whole thing is stupid. Like I don't think that Rick Ross needed to get jumped over a song. But I see two sides to this.
I only see one side. You played yourself. Don't ever play yourself, in the words of DJ Khaled, his homeboy. People are going to be offended by certain things. There's a reason in Not Like Us, Kendrick says, you think the Bay gonna let you disrespect Pac, nigga? I think that Oakland show will be your last stop, nigga. that applies in multiple places. If you go to Brooklyn and play a Fuck Biggie song, there's a chance people are going to be offended. If you're in Brooklyn blasting Hit 'Em Up as an artist who's not from Brooklyn, people might feel away. Now, that was so long ago, maybe not, but there's a chance. My point is, if you go to Canada, where this is their champion, yeah, they might feel a way that you're blasting the song that shits on their champion. Furthermore, um, you OD'd because you're not Kendrick. You are someone who had nothing to do with this part of things. So yeah, you sided with Kendrick. Cool, you're anti-Drake allegedly, because I don't think so. They're still throwing out jabs at each other on socials and joking in each other's comments and posting DMs of each other. Like, you tried to take the silliness to another level, and there's consequences for that. I don't think that it's something that's going to be taken lightly by the people of that area. If I make a song that says fuck, I don't know, one of the popular artists from Atlanta, and I have a show in Atlanta, I should be worried, because the people of Atlanta are going to vocalize in various ways, possibly, that they have a problem with that. If I make a song that the hook is fuck Future or fuck Usher, people are gonna have a problem with that. When I go to Atlanta to perform that, I might have some problems. I should have really good security, which Rick Ross did not have really good security, by the way.
But I guess specifically with this situation, Drake too has been playing Not Like Us at his concerts. So I'm not really sure like what where then where's the line? Because if Drake's been doing it, who's supposed to take it seriously anyway?
Um, Good question. I don't know the answer. I think it's still an area thing. I think whatever Drake feels is fine, but if Drake has not come out publicly and said, "Hey, Canada, don't be offended. It's okay." And even if he did, I don't know if that's true, especially because it's not Kendrick who did it. You might feel okay if the person who did it says, "Hey, I'm here. This is the concert. Yeah, I know what it is." Maybe you'll accept that. But some other dude, nah, mm-mm, nah, mm-mm. You'd be offended. It's like if I cursed out your sister right now. You'd be like, "Hey, man, what you doing? You can't curse out my sister." No, no, not acceptable. So I think it was a silly decision on Rick Ross' part. I think he tried to take the joke too far, and you know he he found out that's not always a good idea.
It's not. Um but yeah, I could go either way on it. It's like what do y'all don't even know these people, and like what is there to fight about?
But that's what fans do. When Jay-Z and Nas battled, people were fist fighting about who won the battle and who was the better. Fist fights breaking out in certain places.
That doesn't, just because people do it doesn't mean that it's should be
I'm
done.
not advocating
I,
for it or saying it's justified. I'm just saying this happens. And Rick Ross knows that. This is not Rick Ross' first beef that he was involved in. And in this one, he had a minor part. So he was a minor.
okay. Uh, I wasn't there. I didn't get hit, so
Thankfully.
yeah,
Didn't we have a third topic?
we did.
You remember it? Oh, party and bullshit.
Party and bullshit. You're right. Yep.
So a couple weeks ago, um, Juelz Santana put out a new record featuring Jadakiss, and it's called Party and Bullshit. There's also a music video, which is doing very well, swimmingly well. It's almost at 1 million views right now. Been out, I think, 2 weeks. And so we said we were going to review it, and we keep forgetting. So here we are, reacting. What are your thoughts?
I thought it was very New York.
Yeah.
It was very New York. It felt very much like I don't know why. Like, when did Made You Look come out? Do you remember? Whatever time frame
Mm,
that was. I just feel like
I want to say '02.
it just felt like the New York era of hip hop.
Okay.
I know people will probably get upset at that too and say New York hip hop is alive and well. I think that sometimes hip hop goes through phases, and some
Absolutely.
and regionally some regions end up in the forefront of it.
It was
For
'02.
okay, for a period of time, but it reminds me very much of that that time. Uh, Late 90s, early 2000s, very New York.
Yeah.
They're having fun, but it's still gritty. Um, I thought the beat was dope. Maybe I'm biased. I don't know. But I don't care for the hook. But as far
Oh
as
wow, really?
the Audemars and the Order More, I was like, okay, whatever. If that's what you decided, that's fine.
Ah, She
I,
want she want to she want to order more. I gotta order more.
it,
I gotta order more. I
it's,
gotta order more.
I was like, what? What you said? First, I was like, why does he keep repeating? And then I said, no, he's not.
Yeah.
He's not. And that's fine. That, to me, the hook is the least of my worries. Like, in the grand scheme of things, I think it's a good song. I don't think it's bad. I think lyrically they both sounded good, but or they both did their thing. Um, but yeah, the hook, I was like, huh? You can think of something else. That's what you came up with. But okay, but listen, not too much, because again, I can't. I don't like. There's going to be bloodshed in the comments if I say something even remotely negative.
Stop worrying about the comments. Speak freely.
But yeah, no, that's what I thought. I thought it was cool. It's the tempo is a lot slower than I thought it was gonna be.
Yes. Same.
Um, which
Based on the title, without ever hearing the record,
right,
just on the title, you think, oh, all right, this about to be some fast paced
right.
flyness.
Right. Which I wasn't mad that it wasn't, but it was what I was expecting. But yeah, no, I thought they did their thing. It's an unexpected New York record, I guess.
Yeah. I love all of the paying homage. Obviously, they pay homage to Biggie multiple times.
Mm,
The sample is a Biggie sample. The hook pays homage to Biggie, but there's also just a lot of paying homage to different hip hop things.
yeah.
He and Juelz is smart for not allowing, for letting us know, hey, I'm tapped in. He spoke about King's Disease, that's the Nas album series. He spoke about Big Steppers. In the hook, there's a really old hip hop reference. So I think it's really cool that he keeps paying homage to all these different parts of hip hop, time frames of hip hop. I think that's super fly. Um, he's making sure to let us know both current, both how he's tapped in now, but how he also has been a fan of hip hop for a very long time. I thought that was really cool. And then of course you tap in Jadakiss, and Jadakiss comes at the record with a whole different perspective, and talks his shit and says, "You almost fucked it up because all you want to do is party and bullshit." I thought that was a good flip. As
Yeah.
a person on the record, he said, "I'm not going to come and do the same thing. I'm gonna do it a little different." And I thought
Well,
that was a cool way to add a twist to the record.
yeah.
And of course, Jadakiss delivered as he always does. I mean,
That was to be
when
expected.
right, I didn't think Jadakiss was gonna come and drop the ball. So
Yeah. I don't think he's ever disappointed.
he usually doesn't. I mean, he's Jada, and I think this seasoned Jada at that. When he gets called on for a verse, he knows what to come and do.
When he has to step away from the coffee shop.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And the $27 million pad that he's just renting out.
I'd like to visit.
Oh, you can rent it out. It's just a
No,
rental. He's just renting it out.
I just want to visit. I just want
You
to
don't
see what it
you
looks
don't want to
like.
rent it out.
I can't afford to rent it.
No, me neither. Don't worry.
So I would just like to see what it looks like. Maybe, lay on the bed. I'm sure it's like a nice pillow top mattress or something with some hotel collection duvet or, I don't know. Anyway. But yeah, it's a dope song. It's cool. I wanted to say, I wanted to, I, before I listened to it, I was like, oh, is this going to be like a summer type of record? It's not.
No, not really.
It's not that. It's what we said it is, but it's not that. So yeah, um, unexpected, but in a good way.
Yeah, thought it was good. Like I said, I love all the paying homage. Can't be
Yeah,
mad at that.
yeah. There's a lot of references in there,
Absolutely.
and I'm sure there's some that I did not recognize, but I did catch some of them.
Sweet. All right. Well, that's it for us. You can catch us on Monday night. We're out of here. Enjoy your weekend.